Timothy went on to Corinth, to Philippi, to Macedonia, as a spokesperson for the Apostle Paul. He was left in Berea when Paul had to flee for his life. He was in prison. Paul sent him on to pastor a large church at a cutting-edge place called Ephesus. He assisted to one extent or another the Apostle Paul in writing some of the most familiar books of the Bible: 2 Corinthians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 and 2 Thessalonians, and Philemon. Timothy was involved in all those things. And it all started, Paul said, because of his mom. They taught him right. Sir Winston Churchill said, who, by the way, was a bit of a mama's boy, if we want to change our nation, we need to begin by enlisting the mothers. And if you think that's good, listen to this one. This is another mama's boy said, when all is said, it is the mother, and the mother only, who's the better citizen than a soldier who fights for his country. The successful mother, the mother who cares and does her part in rearing and training aright the boys and girls who are to be the men and women of the next generation, is of the greater use to the community and occupies, if she would only realize it, the more honorable as well as the more important position than any man in it. The mother is the one supreme asset of national life. She is more important by far than the most successful statesman or businessman or artist or scientist, Theodore Roosevelt. And lastly, on this Mother's Day, mothers love us unconditionally. Why? Why do mothers love their babies? You should see some of the text messages I've been getting the last few weeks from Laura about how this is going to be the only grandchild we're getting from her. Apparently, all she has to do is glance at a place where food is made, and she gets sick to her stomach. She lives out in the country, and she had cows in her yard the other day, and just the sight of them apparently was enough to turn her stomach. Babies smell. They invade their mother's bellies. They cry. They don't sleep well. But why do moms love babies? Because they're a part of them. Whether they carried them or not is irrelevant, but they're a part of them. Why does God love you and I? Because we're a part of Him. 1 Corinthians 13 says, love never gives up. It never loses faith. It always is hopeful. It endures for every circumstance. Why do we love our children? Because a mother, especially, is a person who stands up and protects us when nobody else will. Watch what happens when this policeman, Robert Barone, attends the interview for his dream job to join the FBI.
Stupid suit. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Special Agent Garfield.
Lieutenant Robert Barone.
Were you just saying something?
No. Just sitting here, quietly.
You didn't say, I hate you, I hate you?
Oh, no.
Why don't we get started?
All right. So what's that, my permanent record?
Yes. Let's see. 19 years NYPD, no disciplinary actions, 11 commendations. Very nice.
Yes, the commendations are nice, but really the job is its own reward.
Well, that's the kind of attitude we look for around here. It's about teamwork, being part of a team.
Your water.
Oh, thank you so much.
And this fax came for you, sir?
Ah.
So, as I was saying...
Is this a joke?
Excuse me?
Dear FBI Agent Garfield, I'm writing to ask for your understanding. You have an interview this morning with my son, Robert Barone. I think you will find Robert to be an exceptional candidate for the job. He is hardworking, brave, and handsome. But I feel I have hurt his chances somewhat. You see, he has a lucky suit. And while I was ironing this morning, I ruined it. He was very upset, so he might be a little distracted. Please don't hold this against him. If anything, blame me. I don't mind, I'm used to it. Of course, it's also my other son, Raymond Baron's fault. He's a famous sports writer. Perhaps you've heard of him. But mostly, I'm to blame. I only wanted Robert to look his best. Thank you for understanding. Sincerely, Marie Baron. P.S.
Oh, God.
Please ask Robert to forgive me. I tried, but it'll mean more coming from you. Please forgive your mother.
Moms care about us no matter what. And they protect us no matter what. And they sometimes embarrass us no matter what. You see, a mother is someone who loves you just because you're you. About 6 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday, James Lawson of Running Springs, California, left home to apply for a job. About an hour later, his 36-year-old wife, Patsy, left for her 5th grade teaching job down the mountain in nearby Riverside, accompanied by her 2 children, 5-year-old Susan and 2-year-old Gerald, to be dropped off at the babysitter. Unfortunately, they never got that far. 8.5 hours later, the husband found his wife and daughter dead in their overturned car that was lying in a mountain stream upside down. His 2-year-old son, who was just barely alive in the 48-degree water, survived. But how he survived shows the character of a mother. When the father scrambled down the edge of the cliff, sure that he was going to hear the cries of his dying wife, he instead found her arms locked in death, holding the 2-year-old's face above the water. She died, giving her life for her son. That's what a mother does. That's the essence of what it means to really love. Today we celebrate mothers and acknowledge them for all the hard work they do, but every Lord's Day when we get together here, we celebrate the Lord for what He did. He gave His life for us. He died so that we might live. He's the one who honored His own mother. God came to earth, gave His life in the same way this woman did for her child. If you're a Christian, and especially if you're a Christian mother, we honor you and we celebrate you. But we want you to know, if you're a woman here today, that you serve as an example. Like Steve said, you model what it means to be a Christian, to be a lady, to be someone for all the other ladies around here and all the other little ones that are around here. I've noticed Steve's daughter running around, and it seems like every woman she comes to, she calls Grandma. And I think that's really neat because there's a whole lot of grandmas around that are being grandma for her because hers are so far away. If you're a Christian, understand that part of your role is to love others, to make an impact as you show them your love for God. And if you're not a Christian, we invite you to come. Let's stand and sing. If you're not a Christian, you can accept Jesus as your Lord.